Would you look at that? He uploaded another video. So a few weeks ago, I talked about a couple things regarding the channel. This included two things that really piqued my interest. A potential Discord server and a Patreon. Oh lord, he did it. By popular demand, I give you the official release of the My Name is Gabe Discord server. This is accessible to all of my dear viewers as a way to bring the community that much closer. This will include voice channels for everybody to chat in, as well as text channels for different fun thingies, which include but are not limited to memes, some 18+ memes, arts and crafts and fan art, and even video ideas and suggestions. And of course, there is a wholesome channel. All I ask is that y'all follow the rules of the server when interacting with one another. No shenanigans, just a chill place to chat with each other and share some funnies. I'll of course visit these different channels when I can because I honestly would love nothing more than to bond with my precious peoples. The link to the Discord server will be in the description and in the comments section down below. And on that note, I have a second special announcement. Completely optional, I repeat, not mandatory, completely optional for you. I didn't follow my regular routine of uploading this week, as I wanted to make sure everything for this was in order and in pristine condition before presenting it to you. So for your eyes, ears, and souls, I give you another fine addition to the My Name is Gabe community, a Patreon. As I've said before, I'm always looking to improve the channel one way or another, and if this takes off, I could potentially dedicate myself to the channel full-time, which would pretty much be a dream come true. Of course, everything has baby steps, and again, this is entirely optional for you. Mind you, anybody can access the Discord server, but patrons will receive certain benefits, such as access to patron-exclusive chat and text channels, behind-the-scenes material such as scripts and audio bloopers, receiving credit at the end of my videos, and you could even get a personal message from me. Details about these rewards can be found on the Patreon page under each tier. I will link this down below along with the Discord server. If all goes well with this, I do intend on adding more to the Patreon rewards. Any contribution, big or small, is greatly appreciated. And even if you don't become a patron, I still appreciate you nonetheless for supporting me. I plan on making some stretch goals for the channel too. The first one being, if a certain number of patrons is reached, I'll start making Q&A videos. We'll make it about once a month. So sally forth, my dear viewers. I look forward to seeing you on the flip side. As in, if you're watching this at the time this is uploaded, I'm over there right now. I'll be in the Discord server for a little bit with my mods. Hurry. Go. Go, 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 go. Love you, bye.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Welcome to the Monster Matchup, the show where you get to know your foe from head to toe. And what is this? I see the head, I see the toes, but I don't really know anything about the stuff between them. Hold on a second, what? Seriously? I don't even have the other pages to this thing? Lavasioth, what seems to be the least fought monster in Monster Hunter world. Now you may notice that it resembles Juratotus, the Piscine Wyvern. That's actually because Lavasioth is the original of the two, being present in several older Monster Hunter titles. It's exclusive to the Elder's Recess, and it only visits about 3 sections of the map. Is it good? Is it bad? Will it blend? That is the question. 3, 2, 1... begin! Lavasioth is the second of a whole, whopping 2 Piscine Wyverns in Monster Hunter world thus far. It resides in an area that consists of pools of molten hot magma. Now, while it doesn't occupy many spaces in the Elder's Recess, it resides in some of the most hazardous spots. And on top of that, if you add the amount of just splash AoE damage done by this fish with legs just flopping around and spilling orange Fanta everywhere, you're straight up not having a good time. And the hardening mechanic for its skin can make this a tough case to crack. Spicy Sushi Roll's fighting capabilities include but are not limited to Belly Flop, Get in my belly, Make it rain, Acid Reflux after a spicy dinner, and Firing Main Cannon. The 3 areas of the map that Lavasioth occupies can stack different means of ticking away your health. I'm sure to everyone's surprise, walking and running in lava will lower your health health bar. The heat from just being in the areas will slowly eat at that green bar as well. You can mitigate this part by packing some cool drinks. Lavasioth itself will not only spew lava at you in the form of AoE attacks, the effects of it will linger on the ground. When it slides around on the surface and possibly into your DMs, it leaves a burning trail as well. If fire resistance wasn't critical before, it definitely is now. The threat of fire blight is once again present, but remember that rolling can put this out. Unless you're rolling into stuff that procs more fire blight, then you're being a big silly. Bonus meme, Lavasioth can also burrow under the ground of the lava sections. It can use the same projectile attack and even melee attacks when popping its head out and then diving back in. One big thing I noticed is that Magma Kip does a lot of repositioning to fire at hunters. You could be prepping a heavy hit and it'll slide away or even behind you, and depending on how fast you recover, it could get ugly. But, like all monsters, it does have its weaknesses. Although its hardening makes it difficult when trying to land hits, you can pick up slinger torches and shoot torch pods at it to soften the armor. The armor can also be soft when Lavasioth initially leaves the magma below. Just be careful when you're out in the Hey, get out of here. You had your matchup already. Stop. Go somewhere else. Weak points. Oh, thank God I got the right tab now. The head and underbelly are weak points with the... You know what? Just about everything's technically breakable, so just go nuts when you can. Break the spirits of spicy Magikarp. Element weaknesses. Oh, what is this mess, huh? What? Similar to how Baroth and Geratodus were covered in mud, the parentheses weaknesses here represent when Lavasioth is hardened. So I guess that makes sense with the fire, because you gotta melt the armor, so I suppose 1 star makes sense. Dragon is minuscule all around. Ice and Thunder can either be really good or completely useless, and the safest bet, whether hardened or not, is to use water damage. Ailment weaknesses. Sleep and Blast will be the less effective of the bunch. Stun and Paralysis will be useful. Poison will be the best choice here in terms of weakness. Lavasioth is not bad. I don't hate it. I don't know when I'll ever fight it again, but I don't hate it. You forgot this thing was in the game, didn't you? Final verdict? Should have been Agnactor, but okay. Next time... Oh no. Oh, not you. Anybody but you. Please don't stay away from... Welcome to the Monster Matchup, the show where you get to know your foe from head to toe. Today we're looking at another OG, the Ascended Radobon, the Crimson Chin, Uragaan. We out here in the Elder's Recess, where dreams become nightmares and you can encounter 3 or 4 monsters at once. Now this is a pretty hefty boy, and he's pretty mobile too, but you can survive, as long as you, roll with it. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Uragaan is the resident brute wyvern of the Elder's Recess. His battlefield presence is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, somebody once told me this thing was gonna roll me, especially if I wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. Like, for real though, this thing will start coming and it won't stop coming, and if you're getting low on health, you better start running. This thing can control the battlefield pretty well with its attacks. Explosives, mobility, and a real insistence on giving you a bad time. Explosive Thanos' fighting capabilities include, but are not limited to, Autobots roll out, consecutive chin slams, ultimate chin slam, the same sleeping ass, that rattle body. Also, Flaming Hot Cheeto Fart. Gon is a mad lad when it comes to the offense, because not only can it roll around you practically in circles, it leaves a mess of bombs everywhere too. These things will detonate eventually, or when they are hit / shook by a shockwave. The big thing with Uragaan is his mobility around each section of the map, too. There are certain spots, such as his resting area, where it can use the space to roll back and forth. And whatever you do, unless you're a Lance main, trying to outrun Uragaan's rolling is not advised. Oh yeah, and Fire Blight is a thing too, so you also better start rolling. Aim for the top of the head and the underbelly, but a frontal attack is not really advised, because then he'll just pound you into submission. His tail sweep has an absurd absurdly long reach, so a little circumcision of that booty club will help you a lot. The falling crystals where Precious Dodo resides will also help. Also, side note, you can mine ore off his back and belly when he is toppled over. Tremor resistance will help tremendously with this fight, because if you don't have it, you're prone to get tremored into place as he rocks your world. Not to mention he can instantly chin slam after he roars, so a frontal assault without necessary precautions like earplugs and just having general good timing will be met with an ill fate, as is with many monsters. Despite exploding rocks, though, Blast Blight isn't really a thing with him, surprisingly. But plenty of fire, though, plenty of fire. Weak points. The top area of the head, not the chin, and the underbelly are weak points, with the top head and back being breakable, and the tip of that fat tail being severable. If you give him the thunder from down under, you'll be okay. Just don't use actual thunder, because as you can see from the element weaknesses, thunder damage is going to be boo-boo. Fire damage. Ice and dragon will work fine, but the best thing to do is to soak it. Ailment weaknesses. Sleep will not work all that well, but it is possible. You can blast Dwayne Johnson to bits or paralyze it, and the best thing to do is to poison it or give it a concussion. Gon is pretty savage, and he can really mess up your day if you're concentrating on another monster and just rocks appear out of nowhere. Overall, you'll be okay, as long as you keep rolling. Final verdict, gather the Tremor immunity stones. Next time, this thing is restricted to like one corner of the map, and I fought it like 2 times, but here we go, Fishy Fishy Fire Edition!